Oh, welcome to the fourth quarter podcast with me and my buddy, my big time buddy, Crystal Robinson, C Rob number three. So good
Welcome.
to always be with your buddy. Talk to me. Where you at? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I'm in Oklahoma right now, but as you know, I have been on the road watching all these basketball games from, 11, 12 in the afternoon till 10 p.m. in the
Yeah.
evening, just getting ready for the WNBA draft.
But you're in Dallas now, right?
I'm in
Last time,
Oklahoma now. I'm by Dallas, but I'm in Oklahoma
okay, well, you
right
tried to
now.
go off on me the last time talking about that championship, and I didn't say anything about it. I just want to make sure that I say, you the best. You got that championship in Seattle. You done moved on. What's up with that?
I ended up moving to Dallas to be closer to home. My family lives about an hour and 45 minutes. It's going to be a big challenge in Dallas. We have a really good young team, and just the opportunity to be closer to home is kind of why I took this job.
Nothing like being closer to home, being able to be there and be able to have family to even come and watch you coaching, as well as they got an opportunity to see you perform as a player. So it's always good to be close to home and want you giving back. But what do you see that team looking like this year? I know you guys are gonna be good. You bring in that championship pedigree.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna have a little bit more to do with just me, Spoon. Okay, but I think it's gonna be interesting. We have a lot of great young players. They buy into the system. Brian Agler's the new head coach there. They buy into the system, and then the sky can be the limit for this team. Lots of athleticism. Some really good pieces for sure.
Absolutely, you guys are doing a heck of a job of putting that team together too. And, Rob, there's a shirt you got on. I need you to tell me about this shirt you wearing right now.
Oh, this shirt I got on. My friend made this shirt to me. It's a shithead, and on it says "super stupid." We
What?
usually have roasting contests. We sit around and we talk real bad about each other. I'm pretty good at it. I just can't do it on the air. I'm
No,
pretty
you
good at
you
it,
can do
but
whatever you want to do on air,
I'm
baby.
just representing my boy Tim Riley today and Jeremy McNally because it's something that we all do together for fun. When
Yeah.
we when we're stressed out in stressful situations, we just call each other up and talk about each other to make ourselves feel better.
But I tell you what, that shirt, I like that shirt. And I like what you said to me, the shithead.
I'm getting you one. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna get Storm one. Y'all shitheads need one too.
Guess what? I'll wear mine. I bet you that. I'm gonna wear it well. I'm gonna wear it well.
I know you will.
But
I know you will. I'm 100% sure you will.
hey, we all up in the
So
month of March, big dog, and March Madness is something crazy right now. Something crazy.
crazy, crazy. Like there's times when you have two iPads, two computers, you borrowing phones. Like at some points in times, like it might be 8 people in my house with 8 different games on. So we're
Yeah.
trying to keep up with everything that's going on. So it is kind of mad, and it's to me the happiest time of the year. But it's like Sunday night when you're getting ready to go back to work. Basketball season's about to be over,
Yeah.
and that depression is about to start setting in for some people.
It's about to set in. I'm telling you, Rob, you're gonna have some that's gonna walk away happy. You're gonna have some that walk away
But you
with the
know what?
tears.
Yeah, they should be happy. Like, you know what? Change the channel and watch a WNBA game.
Now
How
you
about
change
that?
the channel.
It's basketball at its best. It's pure basketball.
You just
Watch
said it
watch
best,
a
but
little WNBA.
when you're talking about that,
Yeah.
Rob, like the tears and the happiness, that Duke and UCF game. I don't know if you watched that one to the end, but that was a
Oh,
heck of a game.
that was a heck of a game, man.
That damn
That's what
taco,
just
whoo, big Duke.
look. I kept saying, "Is his real name Taco?" Like they call his name is Taco. Taco did his thing. He's a big guy, though. I mean, it's hard to teach that height. Getting there and put your hands up. But I'm telling you, Duke showed some resilience that I think the championship caliber teams show.
Yeah,
Lots of people would have put their head down in that game, but Duke just it wasn't over till the fat lady sung to the last buzzer. That's for
absolutely,
sure.
absolutely. And that's the thing about Coach K's teams. They're well coached and they're poised. Even that young team showed a lot of poise down the stretch against UCF. It was not an easy game because when you talk about Dawkins' son, he had a heck of a game. He did not want to go home. He did not want to go home. And then to look at that locker room at the end, see UCF and how upset they were. And that's when you know what March Madness is all about. People go home crying, knowing that they invested so much into what they were doing.
Yeah, well, when you're a competitor, you know what it's like. I can watch a game. I can't play anymore, but when I'm watching those games like the UCF game, I can't help but feel emotional. Like
Yeah.
to have some kind of weird attachment to the game and the emotional connection to the game that you have as a competitor that puts you in that place to where I could almost be in tears and doing a basketball game, and that's sad. Like I don't get to compete like that anymore. So watching it on TV is very I don't know, mad.
No,
That's the best way
I
to.
agree with you because I'm telling you, when you have guys that lay it out there the way that they did and to walk away hurt the way that they were, you know, those guys really care. They care about what they're doing and representing their schools the way that they represent their schools. You know, a lot of teams are looking just at Duke, but you can't look just at Duke because North Carolina is playing great basketball as well. That's a heck of a basketball team
I
that's kind of got Duke's number.
Dude, I watched almost all their games.
Yeah,
All those games were amazing. If those two teams end up in the finals, man, that is going to be crazy, crazy good. But you can't discount Gonzaga. I mean, it's some really good teams still left in this thing. It's gonna be interesting. That's in men's basketball. You just don't know. You can win all year long, but when playoff time comes, you just don't know who's going to step up, who's going to change the amount of
right.
athleticism that each of those teams have. The capabilities of those teams going to offer is incredible in the
Right.
men's side.
Well, you just said it best. It's a lot of teams still in there that are pretty doggone good. And I tell you what, Auburn is playing very well. And they got Charles Barkley really celebrating on every play and every game. That team can be very dangerous down the stretch. Great shooters. They very well, coached defensively. They can shoot the heck out of the ball. So whoever comes up against Auburn, they're gonna have to definitely play some great defense because that team, I tell you, they're scrappy. That team is real scrappy.
Yeah, I just the men's. I have actually been paying way more attention to the women's side
Yeah.
just because of work, and catching up on some guys stuff. But Florida State, their athleticism. I'm just saying, if a team gets on a roll and starts playing well, it takes luck. It takes a lot of things to win a championship. I think that's something we
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of
Yeah.
when we played for four of them. But it takes luck. It takes people being, healthy. It takes a lot to get to the championship,
Right.
to the trophy. So I really do think that in the men's side, I can't even tell you who could win it. If Duke gets by Virginia Tech, it's just going to be it's a toss up. I would like to make a big pick, but I honestly tell you, I like Duke just because that's my team. But
Yeah.
looking at this bracket, you just don't know.
I think we both in the same boat of having really loving Duke. I just like how they're coached and how well he coaches his players and the amount of talent that he has and how well he gets them all to play together. But when you talk about the women's side, see, Rob, we can talk about that side, and there's some heck of basketball clubs that are still involved as well. Baylor's playing heck of basketball. Mississippi State, they're playing very well at this time, and of course the champions, Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, and two, I mean, Oregon State. I mean, both of those
Oh
teams
yeah,
have some players on there that can really do some things.
yeah,
Triple doubles. Like
triple
it's
double.
just going to be interesting, and I think that you know once South Carolina beat
Yeah,
Connecticut and then Notre Dame beat Connecticut, I feel like all of those teams feel like they're playing with a different level of confidence.
yeah.
That it is. They do have a chance to win it. It's not like the days when you just kind of felt like UConn probably was going to go in there and win it. And I'm not saying that they won't win it, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of competition. And then I watched Mississippi State a lot. I mean, it's not you can say a lot about Tierra McCowan's height. I think
Yes.
she's gotten progressively a little better every year,
Mhm.
but Mississippi State's guards, they get the job
They
done.
get
They
it
play
done.
on both sides of basketball, and to me, that's what makes them special. That their guards really do a good job of playing on both sides of the ball.
Right. And I think a lot of people talk so much about McCowan, they forget to talk about Howard. And Riel Howard is pretty doggone special. She does a lot for them that most people just ignore. She's also a track athlete. I didn't realize she was an amazing track athlete. But this kid gets a lot done for that team as far as scoring. She can score it deep. She can put it on the floor and score. But she rebounds the crap out of the ball. That's a lady Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, well, they just have the ability to change levels defensively with their athleticism, and claw their way back into games when they get down. And then, it just makes things so much easier for you when you have somebody, 6'7", that you can throw it up there too. And really, when the help comes, if they're not that tall, it's just up to her to turn around and bank it off the glass.
Yeah, yeah.
And not that it's easy, because I really do feel that watching her play, that the refs let her get banged around a lot because of her size.
Mm-hmm,
But I
mm-hmm.
mean, if she finds a way to finish through those plays, they will make it interesting. That's for sure.
I definitely love how she plays, the energy she plays with, and don't let her block your shot, boy. She's gonna try to shame you. She's gonna stare at you, punch it, and look. Don't do it again. Don't bring this in here again. But I cannot count Kill Mulkey out and her squad. They are playing.
Hey,
I
look,
can't count them
Baylor's
out,
playing
Rob. They
very good
play well.
basketball. No, I don't count them out at all. Like, I think that they're very well coached. It is the Brown kids' time to shine. If you nothing would make things better for her, than them to go in and win that championship, and her just to transition into her pro career with all that momentum.
Right.
Um, and I think women's basketball in the pros is so young. I don't know if girls really approach the game with that mentality.
Yeah.
I think guys do.
Mm-hmm.
A guy that knows they have a chance to be the number one draft pick going into the round of 16, uh, they know they got to put on a show, and the better the show, the better
By a
things are going to
draft
be
pick.
for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were talking about serving up triple doubles. I remember when Ionescu was talking and really saying that ESPN really don't put women on about talking about the triple doubles, and I guess she was getting some comments on her little social media, and she said those comments don't matter to her because she's been serving up triple doubles. He kind of
She
came at
has
him
been
hard.
serving up triple doubles. Look,
Yes,
I'm on the Ionescu bandwagon.
talk to me.
Like,
Me
give
too.
that girl some credit.
Matter of
She
fact, I'm
has been
pushing the
serving
back of
up
that
triple
wagon.
doubles. Yeah, and she, I think she finds a way to do
Yeah,
things just on sheer hard work, because you can't tell me that the people that she faces almost every night, they're usually a little bit more athletic, a little bit faster. She's just very efficient in the way she does things.
yeah.
I really do like that kid.
I totally agree with you on that when it comes to her. She's a big guard. Not very many guards are as big as she is, but this kid can do so many different things. And when you watch her play, she's an amazing leader. She knows how to lead her squad. She gets everybody into place, get everybody involved, but she also knows when to inject herself. She knows exactly when to do that. Then when you talk about all these teams and who might win it, we knew UConn, but it's a little bit different this time. But what I found very interesting was when UConn wasn't picked as one of the top seed teams, that I saw a little, I don't know, maybe it was on social media, I'm not sure, but one of the players put on their page, it said, keep your head up, but your middle finger higher. I said, oh, it's like, oh, you didn't like that, right? So they were like, they're coming. I think that was motivation for them to kind of do some extra special things this time.
Well, giving teams reason is and I think every team looks for a reason. I
Yeah.
think that, as a
Hmm.
coach,
That's
you
right.
scour the papers for the naysayers and the people who don't believe in you, and you use that as energy and motivation to motivate your team. And I'm sure that just has a lot to do with it, getting the opportunity. But speaking of block shots,
Yeah, talk to me.
rewind. Do you remember that time we were playing in LA? And I came in there like I was having a crazy game. I think I ended with 27. And you might not,
I
I was a
love it.
rookie this year, I think. Dude, I go in there and I challenged Lisa Leslie. When I tell you Lisa blocked my shot all the way almost to half court and then kind of stood over me. And that was when she used to do that
Yeah, see ya.
that
Hmm.
army salute thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Her and Tina Thompson, they were doing that.
Yes,
Can I tell
sir.
you that I still have nightmares about that? I still got 27, but she
Mm.
blocked my shot so hard that it wasn't even funny. So I understand, when we talk about Tierra McCowan a while ago, blocking shots and doing things about it. I still have a bad memory of Lisa Leslie blocking my shot and
Rob, well,
giving
you
me
know
that
what? You know
salute.
what they did to me just last week. The first game playing against the Los Angeles Sparks. Oh, we in the Staples Center, boy. We having a blast in there. I mean, the Forum. I'm sorry. We been in the Forum having a blast. So what did they show? Me going to the rim. I mean, I'm going hard to the rim. Yeah, I got by you. I spread out looking like Jordan trying to make this layup. Who comes from behind? Lisa. Poof, punched it right out of bounds. And that's what they want to show. First game against
Yeah.
the Sparks. I got mine punched too. We come right back. We do not fall down. We get right back up and
Look,
bring it right back at you. Block this.
right back
I
at
might
you.
throw it to the
Yeah.
rafters or over the backboard and I tell her, block that. I bet you won't get that one.
Look, I ain't gonna. I can't even lie and tell you. I wanted to get up and act a fool when Lisa stood, straddled me, and gave me that salute. But
Hey,
hey, you can't do nothing but take your hat off to the kind of
absolutely.
talent that she had. You know.
Absolutely, Rob. We're talking about the March Madness and all those things. There was something that happened in an NBA game that I watched the other night, and this was really, really scary to me, Rob. I'm not sure if you saw this game, but it was um, Portland versus the Nets, Brooklyn. And Nurkic, who had been playing all night, I mean, it was a great game. I mean, down to the wire game. And he was going up for a layup. And when he went up for a layup, he came down on a foot and broke his leg. When I tell you it was gruesome,
See that, man.
oh my God, it was so bad. My heart went out to him and his whole team. Just anybody playing the game, you don't ever want to see anything like that happen. Immediately, when it happened, all the Brooklyn guys immediately took off running because they had just gone through this whole thing with LeVert on their team. They took off running,
Hmm.
throwing their jerseys up because it was just that bad. And when they showed the replay, it's amazing. This guy is 6'11", 7 feet tall, 280 pounds, coming down on that one leg, and it broke the way that it did. I'm just praying that his career is still intact because it was just that bad. I don't know if you saw that, but it was just that bad.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it.
Robbie,
I
it was
didn't
awesome.
see it.
It was
I wouldn't want to see it. As a matter of fact,
yeah.
like that kind of stuff would make me sick. I one of the things I hate seeing another athlete getting hurt. That's just I hate seeing that.
Because anybody with a weak
Especially when
stomach,
it's traumatic like that.
yeah, anybody with a weak stomach, you cannot. It's impossible to see that kind of stuff. But Rob, it seems like a question just came in here to us. A question just came in, and you already know they looking for you. And I said, "Oh, she is in the building." But I got to read this question to you because they're always looking for your advice. You always give such good advice, here, Rob. I must say, you give people such good advice for what they need to do, so they searching for you. I got to read this to you. You ready?
I'm ready.
I am 19 years old, and I'm in my second year of college. There's a girl in one of my classes I really want to date, but she is completely out of my league. I've never had good luck with women and scared that if I try to talk to her, she will reject me and it would be awkward in class for the rest of the semester. Classes will be over in a couple months, and I'm scared that I will never see her again. My question is, how do I get the nerve to talk to her or ask for her number before it's too late? Help, please.
Hmm. Well, this is what I would do. This doesn't mean that this is what he has to do. This is what
Absolutely.
I would do. If she's a 10, if she's a real baddie, look, and I have a little experience of, in this section area.
Oh,
You can't just go up to her and hit on her, like especially if you feel like she's out of your league. First thing I would do is I would make sure I smell good every day.
uh
Smell
oh,
good every day.
uh-oh.
Okay. Find you a great fragrance that just smells unbelievable. I think that's the first thing a person notices about you is what you smell like.
Yeah.
And then secondly, pay attention to her. Like don't be a creep and stare, but you got to figure out what makes her laugh and figure out how to make her laugh. You have to friend her on a different level because there's going to have to be some key things in her mind that makes her look at you differently
Yeah.
than she looks at the hunk with the 12-pack abs. Now, if you just way out of her league and you got a big stomach and you know she ain't gonna talk to you, don't do that to yourself.
Just bounce
Just
off.
keep it moving. Admire her from the distance. Save your little ego some trouble and move on. But if you got you little kind of little fly, do your thing. Put on a little cologne. Pay attention to her. Figure out how to make her laugh. Figure out how to make her laugh, and you'll have an opportunity.
Yeah, I
What do
like
you
what you
think,
said. I,
Spoon?
I
What
like
would
what you
you do?
said. Is just to make sure you smell good. Some nice clothes on. Look nice. Shoulders broad. Your hair right. Get your face right. Walk up in there. You's like, hi. Be your authentic self. Be you. Be you. And be honest with what you're searching for. Be honest. I want to talk to you. I want to take you out on a date. I want to get to know you. Just be yourself.
Well, that is the answer that Crystal Robinson would give. The answer that C Rob would give would be real mean to her, because pretty girls, you got to show them that you don't care what they look like. And if you mean to them right off the bat, they'll start because they just figure everybody's gonna be nice to them because they pretty, and they be like, "Why do you treat me like this? I know I look good," and you be like, "I don't care, I don't care." I use that tactic sometimes on pretty girls. I'm just mean to them right off the bat,
Or
and
that
then
pretty
they'll
girl
start a
syndrome.
conversation with you, trying to figure out why you treating them like that. There's a lot of ways to
That's
skin a
that, but
cat.
that's your approach, and it's all good. And I hope that didn't really upset you. I hope that didn't upset you because that's what we're looking for right now, Rob. Because this is the part where whatever that you've ran into this week, last week, and it says this upset me. I'm upset.
Man, you know what I'm upset today about, Spoon? And I know that you've been following this, and this is kind of close to me. Um, I'm upset about this high-profile attorney, Michael Avenatti. He was arrested and indicted Monday for being accused of blackmailing Nike for $25 million and using a high school student to help him do that. Now, all of the things between him and Nike, that's not what makes me upset. What makes me upset
Yeah.
is the people who's going to be affected by this. It's going to be college students, college athletes, high school athletes. When you put Nike and these big companies in positions like they run the EYBL, one runs the MAYB,
Right, Rob.
and they basically have a farm league for their future. They're picking these kids out when they are 12 and 13 years old, how good they are. They want them to represent them. If I can get them on a Nike team, sponsored team, at 14 years old, and build this relationship with them by the time they get to college or graduate college and go to the pros,
Right.
They're already Nike people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and most of these kids are at-risk kids or poor kids.
Totally agree.
They are basically being used. They're being made money. Their money's being made off of them. Major money from these major companies. These kids are not really getting anything out of it. And then when Nike or Adidas, you offer a kid that has nothing and they come from nothing, some money or a house or a car to help their family,
What you
all of a
expect?
sudden, their career, their future is not so important to them.
Yeah.
Not their future, but I'm gonna
Absolutely, they're gonna take that.
risk it. My sisters and brothers and mama having a nicer house. If you're gonna give me a nice house,
They're
I'm gonna
taking it.
risk being caught.
Yes.
And I just think that the real culprit here are, the big companies. They're doing things so early with kids nowadays that to me it's easy. The NCAA put all these rules and restrictions on college coaches, but Nike, Adidas, and all these people with the real money have access to these kids through AAU coaches and through things that are out of the NCAA's control.
Right. Right.
That's what I'm mad about today.
And you
I'm
should be
upset
mad.
about that.
I
So,
appreciate you sharing that because that's huge for people to even be talking about right now because you're so right. If you put that in front of these kids and they don't have, and you put that in front of them, you think they're not gonna take it? They're gonna grab that so fat. And guess what? Those companies know it. That's why they do it, and that's why they target those kids. But guess what, Rob? Guess what, Rob? Boom, boom,
what?
boom. Our guy has hit the building. DJ Webstar is in the building.
Yo, I apologize. There's so much New York traffic, man. I want to come back and co-host with you again, but everything y'all was saying is so right because
Yeah.
anytime you could put money in front of people that don't have money, they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
Most of the times.
And they're doing this with these young kids.
And they targeted them because they never had nothing before.
Yeah.
They just putting the money in front of them and
Uh,
then ruining them.
And what they should be doing, Spoon, is figuring out a way to teach these kids financial literacy. Eventually, if they
Great
are
point.
what they're going to come into a lot of money.
Great
So
point.
instead of them thinking them that they need to be buying $300,000 gold chains and Maseratis to keep up with the Joneses,
point.
they need to be trying to teach these kids in these situations, EYBL, some kind of financial literacy to help them along when they do make some money.
Absolutely. And that's so important. Like you just said, when they do make the money, they have no idea what to do with it. And when they do make it, guess what? It's gone. It's gone because
Boom.
they don't know how to handle it. They don't know what to do with it. And then they get other people involved in their careers that take from them, and they have no idea that these people are taking from them because they don't have that education of being financially literate. That's an issue. That's a major issue.
It's a never-ending cycle of the poor being taken advantage of. I don't care how anybody says it or anybody puts it. That's what it is. Like, these kids don't get paid. They're making millions of dollars for these companies, and they're pretty much the cattle. And until parents and people start to really have an understanding of what's going on.
Yes.
Like, now everybody's going around college coaches. Colleges, I can't even talk to a 14-year-old. There's so many things, rules to keep me from being able to talk to them. But what is keeping Nike and all these guys from being able to break the rules that they're breaking?
Yes.
If this accusation of Avenatti turns out to be true, it's going to be interesting. Along with all of the scholarship scandal of all the stars helping and paying, like, they're gonna have to find some kind of way to restructure.
Right, and a lot is gonna come out from that, and it's gonna be a story that we definitely gonna follow. And now that we have DJ at the table, DJ Webstar at the table, this is my dude, my guy, my airtime. You got to tell me what's going on with you, bro. What's been happening? Because I know a bat has come out. A bat is out. I beat that with a bat.
Yeah, I just put a new single out called "Bat" with Mariah Lane from Love and Hip Hop. I'm putting out an album called The Key. I would love for you to come and do like a skit and jump in one of my videos.
I'm in it.
I know you're a busy woman these days. You know, it's hard to catch up with you, but I missed you, man. I love the podcast, man. The podcast is dope.
We appreciate you being on. You don't know how big this is for C-Rob and I. We love you being here.
I love Crystal. You know that. I love
the
you
talent's
too.
over here. Spoon can't even dance, man. If you want to get somebody in a video that can dance, I probably can create some new shit for you too,
Here we
boy.
go. Oh, we can curse it too?
Oh, we can do what we want to do. We keep it 100, Web. Come on.
All right, cool.
Come on, because that's why we asking you what's been going on with you. We know you got the new single out with Bat, because I like, beat that.
So right now, I'm working on producing my first film.
Yeah.
Well, just to get by. I got Tiana Taylor, I got Son, I got a bunch of people I'm working with. I'm teaching a class at my old high school, like a hip hop class. My old high school, very nice.
Yeah.
I decided to do that. I'm doing it for like 8 weeks. I'm working on. I'm in a new reality TV show called The Influencers, where we go around. I would love to interview. Where we go around and just interview people and spend a day in their life with people who influence the world. People who influence the world in their own way. People like you. People like, the real Tarzan who's just going around saving animals. People who are doing like active, just all kinds of people. So I'm working on that as well. And I'm just trying to put some more music out. I'm trying to get hot again. It's been a while. I took some time off to raise my daughter, so now I'm back. I'm getting back in the swing of things with the music.
Speaking of your daughter, there's something I see you do quite often on Instagram that I'm telling you, it warms your heart, because you're an awesome father.
Thank you.
I see you every morning walking her to school.
Every day, yeah.
Every morning.
It's important because a lot of fathers are not in their kids' life. I mean, I know when I grew up, my dad wasn't in my life, so it's a cycle. Like I was just bringing, like how y'all was saying, people take advantage of the poor. Why would they teach you, like, instead of all these math classes, they teach you all the way up into 12th grade, things you might never use in life. Why they don't teach you how to manage money in school, things you're really gonna use? So I'm just trying to break the cycle of things I've been through, because my father didn't want me to school. He wasn't there. My mom did it. Then my stepdad had me. So I just want to be in my daughter's life, because there's so much things going on with people taking advantage of kids and everything. So I want to be a good influence in her life. I want to come back up here again. I want to do this the right way, man. The traffic killed me today. I want to come back, and I want to co-host with you and Crystal one day. Can I?
See, Rob and I would have you happen? Anytime.
All right, great.
We'd love to have you back.
What you say about that, Rob?
Anytime. We'd love to have you back.
Oh, thank you so much.
Anytime.
I love your glasses too. They look very expensive.
Get him, Rob.
These cheapos. You know how much I lose glasses? Like I lost a pair of glasses. I lose about 3 or 4 a year. So I just decided I'm gonna start wearing cheap glasses.
Well, they don't look cheap. You make them look good.
Well, they are. It's a good looking face,
I know there's, in industry, I know there's a lot. You were just talking about being a part of a reality show.
Yes.
And I remember you telling me something about being a part of a reality show, and you was like, no, you weren't going to do it because there was something they were asking you to do that you were not going to do because grandma wouldn't like that.
Well, I'm going to keep it real. I come from a religious family, so I can't go on TV and do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So they want you to I don't want to sound like so crazy, but they want you to sell your soul, so to speak. They want you to do things that you won't normally do.
Yeah.
So it depends on what kind of reality shows, because all reality shows ain't like that. Some reality shows are based around positive things, but certain ones that wanted me to be a part of it, I just wasn't willing to do the things they wanted me to do. No, I mean, it would hurt the integrity of how my family raised me. So it's nothing in the world I would want more than my grandmother, her whole church, and her whole friends to see me on TV
Yeah.
doing something, and it don't represent who I am as a person.
Right, that says a lot about you and your character. You're like, no, a lot of people can't do that. You know, when they're given a role or given a position, they take it no matter what. But if it's not
It's
a
the
part
money,
of who
it's
you are,
the-
you're not going to do it.
It's the money. It's like if you have something worth $1 million, but you broke right now, but you got to wait a year to get the $1 million. If somebody put a suitcase full of $20 bills, it might be $100,000 in it. The average person gonna just take the money that's in front of them. They ain't gonna wait to get the $1 million.
Right.
Me, I'm always bet on myself, just like you always bet on yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just wait for. I'm gonna wait for my time. God has a plan for everybody. So you know, as long as you live right by Him and do the right thing and keep your integrity, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right. And this is part of the show that I do. It's called Teaspoon Tells It. And it's this when this is part of a reality show, right? There's a lot of drama that goes on in
Yes.
these reality shows. Tell me, is that stuff scripted? For the most part, is it scripted?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Yes and no. So, like for instance, if me and you didn't like each other, right? There's no way I'm gonna be sitting here at your podcast.
Right.
But for the reality show, they'll have me come up to your podcast, and then they say, "Hey, talk about why y'all don't like each other." And you saying, "Well, I don't like you was talking about me. I don't like." And next thing you know, you throwing a glass of water on me. So no, it's not scripted, but the situations are scripted. The situations are fake. They'll put you in situations that you would absolutely would never be in.
This is part also. We're gonna shoot this at you right quick.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, when we shoot these questions at you, it's a 60-second thing.
All right. Let's go.
And you got to hit
Let's
right
go.
off the bat.
Let's
All right.
do it.
Well, I'm going to see just how good you are
Let's
with
do it.
these. And we keep it 100.
I ain't scared of
on
you.
this.
I love you. I ain't
Keeping it
scared of you.
100. Let's keep this thing
Let's go.
100. See what you really got.
All right,
You
let's
ready?
go. I'm
See,
ready.
Rob, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Let's get him. Who takes the game-winning shot, Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
I'll ask you why later. This year's MVP,
James
Greek
Harden.
Freak or James
James
Harden?
Harden.
Okay.
You got to be faster. You told me. You said you wanted to be fast.
Better love in hip-hop, Atlanta or New York?
Atlanta.
Better New York team, Nets or Knicks
Knicks.
or Liberty?
Knicks.
Shake Shack or Smash Burger?
Shake Shack.
What would you rather be, rich and ugly or poor and good looking?
Rich and ugly.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Dang. Name 2 artists that are on your wish list to work with.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Ooh, that's big. Would you rather get into the ring with Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather in your prime?
Mayweather.
Popular. More exciting to watch, March Madness, NBA, WNBA playoffs.
March Madness.
Dang, see, you're a smart man if you'd have said WNBA playoffs. Which is cool in the club, Harlem Shake or Millie Rock?
Harlem Shake.
Better abs, you or Teyana Taylor?
Tiana Taylor
Ah,
for
dang
sure.
it, I knew you would say that. Would you rather only wear 80s style clothes or 80s style hair?
80 style clothes.
Sylvia's or Amy Roos?
Sylvia's.
Name 3 of the strangest things you bought out of Harlem barbershop.
I bought they sold me some fake AirPods one time. I bought a guy came in there, I'm not gonna lie to you, a guy came in there around Christmas time with a bunch of stuff from Macy's. And he had like stuff for my daughter that cost like $300. He was selling it for like $30. I bought that from him. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Listen, ain't nothing like a deal.
Nothing
Somebody
like a
was
deal.
gonna buy it. And
That's your literacy.
I bought I'm gonna keep it real. I just felt bad for this guy. I just bought some DVDs for somebody like last month. I don't even got a DVD player, but the guy looked like he needed it, so I just bought the DVDs off him. People ain't watched DVDs in years.
You know we don't watch that stuff anymore. Would you rather your shirts always be 2 sizes too big or 1 size too small?
One size too small.
Would you rather always have dry eyes or always have runny nose?
Dry eyes.
Clam chowder or chicken noodle soup?
Chicken noodle soup.
I knew that's what you would say.
You gotta
right
have a soda with it.
there. Hey, Rob, what you think of how you answer those questions, Rob?
Clear it out. Chicken noodle soup. I can't do my leg thing.
Come on.
That song went hard, boy.
Thank you.
That's
That's not one of the only dances I could do too.
Hey,
Chicken
Rob, you
noodle
can
soup.
get off with it. We need
I could get off with that, boy.
we need
I
to
be
get him to
sweating
do it.
like a-
we need to
Yeah,
get
I'll be
DJ to hit it
sweating.
for us one time. Webstar. We might need to get him to hit us with that a little bit, Rob.
I want DJ to tell us some stories. That's what I want. That's what the funniest thing about being a pro athlete is the things that happen in the locker room.
Oh, I got a good
You
story for
know,
y'all.
Oh, we
I
wait.
bet you he has some stories from the road that would be great for the audience to hear.
I can tell you the biggest mistake of my career. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay,
Listen.
tell us that.
I made a record called "Dancing with Me." It's about 2008 or nine, and it was auto tune on the record. So you know, Dame Dash had facilitated my deal. So he also facilitated my partner's deal, which is Ron Browse. He had a record called Pop Champagne. It was in the more record. So both of us had auto tune. So for years, you know, T Pain and even Jamie Foxx blamed on it, on the alcohol, and all these other, you know, rappers used auto tune. Nobody said nothing. So you know, I guess Jay and Dame had the inside beef that nobody knew about. So J- Jay Z is one of the greatest people. Let me just say this right now. Jay Z is, I'm his biggest fan. He's one of the biggest influence. He do so much for us now. But at the time I was young, I didn't understand
Yeah.
what he was
Yeah.
doing. So I'm sure if him and Dame had their differences, he has his ways to get, you know, send a message to Dame. So when me and Browse had them two records out, it was like number one records in the country at the time, both of them at that time. And he made a record called Death for Auto Tune, like DOA, Death for Auto Tune. You remember the record? Nah, 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 nah,
Yep.
hey, hey, boom. So I'm on the road in Virginia, and everybody's calling me like Funkmaster Flex and Mr. C's on the radio killing you. They saying your career's finished. I'm Death for Auto Tune, you know. So you know how Funkmaster Flex is. Webstar, you're finished out here. No more Auto Tune. So I'm mad. So this when Twitter was really popping. So I put a tweet out and said, and I felt like this way at the time, and I still kind of feel this way, but I should have translated it better. Do y'all hear old ass Jay Z hating? I said a 40-year-old billionaire can never relate to a 17-year-old kid in the projects, right? It went crazy. It
Yeah.
was everywhere, every website, boom, boom, boom. They even asked Jay about it, like how you feel about Webstar calling you old, and he was like, if he knew better, he would do better. He ain't say much. So this is the funny part about the story. Summer Jam's coming up, right? So I was coming out with Jim Jones.
Yeah.
So at the time, we we was trying to send a message to Dame to Jay. So we didn't know he was gonna be there. He ended up coming. But anyway, we was going to do a fake funeral for Auto Tune. We was going to wear tuxedos, have Rev Run come out and do a eulogy, and have a casket.
Yeah.
So Soldier Boy had a record called "Hop Up on My Bed, Turn My Swag On." That was Auto Tune as well. So we was gonna come out, do the eulogy, and bury Auto Tune, and then kind of like mock Jay Z or perform our hit records with Auto Tune on it and everything, right? So, but we backstage getting ready to come out and all that. All of a sudden, we hear the whole crowd go, and start singing. So my manager like, I'm like, yo, go see what's going on. He come back to the dressing room like, take the goddamn tuxedo off. Take the damn tuxedo off. Jay-Z's out there. You gonna ruin your career right now. So we all changed our clothes. We did a regular performance. I seen Jay-Z and Beyonce at a party with Angie Martinez like a week later. And Jay-Z winked at me, and I was just like, I was so scared I left the club. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I ain't with no problems with that, man. It was crazy, but that's like the biggest mistake I made because when a lot of times people do things for a reason you don't understand. So I think you should take the time to do the full understanding before you say something. But like that was like one of the best stories I had right there.
Right. See, you always doing something you had no
Word,
business doing.
I never gonna do that again. Did he call my
Look,
phone like
I know why y'all friends now, Spoon. That sounds like something you would do.
All day
Or
long.
me.
cause
You.
yeah,
Or
cause
You,
me.
Rob.
I'm thinking, man, Jay-Z ain't putting no money in my pocket. Like I got it.
Say what you want to say.
Yeah, I got to get my money for mine. You can't stop my money. But now that I'm look back at it, it's like, yo, I lost a lot of relationships behind that. Like DJ Clue and all them DJs. They stopped. I'm cool with them again now. We friends. But
Yeah.
at the time, they just stopped messing with me. Like, nah, what you talking about, Jay? Fab. All my friends I had, they just stopped messing with me. I'm like, all right, I guess they wasn't about my real friends. Word.
You know, you've done a lot for a lot of people to even break into the business.
Yeah.
You've done a lot for them. But there's somebody that's real special to you, and that's your mentor, and that's P. Diddy.
Yeah.
He's done a lot with you and for you.
100%. He just being around him and just learning from everything he's done and the artists he's broke and just getting. I mean, anytime you could be around somebody who's made that much money and broke that many artists and had that many hit records, it's just a blessing. You know, just being a fly on the wall. And he just always give me a good advice. You know, he's from Harlem, so you know he just took a liking to me because I was from Harlem. We just been cool ever since.
Being who you are and what you do and how great you are at what you do, what would you say to any up and coming DJ and artist? what would you say to help them to make it through or get that breakthrough they're looking for?
Man, you have to have a balance between your real life and the industry because it's two different things. Like the industry is fake. You know, you meet
Be real.
yeah,
Yeah, keep that real.
you meet fake people. You meet people that just want to use you. When you go home, that's supposed to be your safe haven. Like, so keep it separate and then don't listen to nobody. Do it your way. You know what I'm saying? Take advice from people who did it already.
That's
But
right.
at the end of the day, you make your own decision. Because if you win, you win. If you lose, you can't blame none of these people. It's on you to to know if you lost or not.
Right.
It's your fault.
Right. In this part of our segment, as we kind of segue right on to the very end, there's
Okay.
something we always do, and it's our MVP.
Okay.
Rob, I want you to start that out with. It doesn't matter through this week, could it be last week?
Yeah.
But since we're celebrating Women's History Month,
Yes.
you try to find out who is your real MVP, who stepped up and did some things that this is really really special. Who is your real MVP for this week for life? Period. It doesn't have to be just for the moment. Who is your real MVP?
I want to say something, but I don't want to be unpolitically correct. But
Do what you do.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? Ever since I was younger, one of the women I looked up to, and I kind of I'm confused about some things now, is Oprah. I know y'all love Oprah. Everybody loves Oprah, but she did the interview for the Michael Jackson thing, right? And it's so many other people who are bigger than Michael Jackson. Well, not really nobody's bigger than Michael
I
Jackson,
understand where you're going.
but who were just as big as Michael Jackson, who was doing it before, like like people like Elvis and and Hugh Hefner, who people who are known pedophiles who've been and nobody calls these people out, but now you calling all of us out. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been anybody else but her. It's like they send our black sisters to go after our black brothers. Like I have a daughter, so I don't I'm not I hate pedophiles. I hate R. Kelly right now. But why you have to send Gail to do it? Why somebody else can't do it? Why couldn't it have been a black man? Or why couldn't it have been a white man? Or why couldn't it be somebody? Why we have to go after each other all the time? So it would. I was gonna say I ain't mean to go there because I know this is the MVP part of this
Nope, you're talking.
the segment, but it's just like I didn't understand that because Oprah like her resume almost has no blemishes on it. So it's just like it makes you wonder. It's like what's going on? Like why would you pick this time to do this now after the man's already gone?
He can't speak.
He can't speak for himself. So why you going after him now when there's so many other people who are still alive that you can go after? Or when they was, you didn't do it. It's so many people who deal with the same thing. So if I'm gonna pick somebody, a woman if I had to pick somebody right now, it would be like probably like if it was just, like she's not directly connected to me, but I love Michelle Obama because she just always speaks for us. She always speaks for us. It's just like she has no blemishes on her record. She's a family woman. She's showing our black sisters how you can have a slick mouth without being disrespectful and ratchet, and you can raise your family, and you could be there for your man, and
That's well said.
and you could be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like the new Oprah. You know what I'm saying? How Oprah used to
She's
be.
classy. She knows how to come in and speak exactly the way it should be. Like you said, she speaks well. She
Yes.
doesn't. She don't have to just be disrespectful. She speaks well, but you get her point.
100%, and she
get
sold
that
10
point.
million books. I heard.
There you go. 10 million.
So she's
And-
showing.
and counting.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
counting.
So I mean, I would pick her right now. I would pick her.
Rob, I got you. I'm gonna
Who's
go
your
and then I'm
MVP?
gonna let you just finish it off. I'm gonna let you finish it off.
Okay.
This week this past week I had an opportunity to be a part of IS 229, the school there on Roberto Clemente.
Uh huh.
And I went to this school, and these some underprivileged young people. And when Assemblywoman Latoya Joyner, the way that she conducted herself and how those children, what they mean to her, and the why, she wants those children to be the best version of themselves. But she doesn't just talk it; she's about it. She shows them. She's there in their presence. She was double dutching with them, doing yoga with them. She was shooting baskets with them. She was doing so many things with them. She did it with them, not just talking or being behind the closed doors of her office. She was in the building with these kids to teach them how they can become the best version of themselves. And she is my MVP of the week.
Wow, that's dope.
Where you
Okay,
at,
I
Rob?
have Spoon. I kind of have two MVPs.
Talk to
My
me.
first MVP is I've a friend named Lisa Fishman who actually lives in New Jersey, and she is a teacher in Newark
Yeah.
Public Schools.
Yeah.
And that's the inner city school, and
Yes.
they're Jewish, and I don't know a family of teachers. Her and her sister and her mom was a teacher. They go above and beyond for the kids. They spend their own money. They stay late. They give rides. They help kids play in sports or be in things out of their pocket that they don't have to do.
Yeah.
And she's one of my MVPs. Her name's Lisa Fisher. My second MVP is my damn self. Just so you know,
Damn.
this week has been crazy for me,
Yeah.
and I ain't beat no bee with a bat this week. Like, so that I'm a real MVP for not doing anything crazy to anybody this week. Just so you know. So those are my 2 MVPs for the week. I might have to get your artist to beat a few with a bat though. For
Yeah. Word.
This is
I
why
love
I
that
love
song though. By the way,
you. This is why I love
like
you.
that
Rod,
song.
why don't you throw that social media at them so everybody make sure that they connect with you?
oh, my social media is what am I? I'm C Robert 3 on Instagram and on Facebook. It's just my name. Go follow me and follow the Fourth Quarter Podcast.
Oh.
It's on Instagram also.
DJ Webstar, we know you big time, but I
Yeah.
throw it out there on
Oh.
them anyway.
Yeah, everything is the real Webstar. Yeah, TheRealWebstar. Everything.
Yo, this is big.
Look, Spoon, before you throw yours out there, I just have to say I'm so glad that I can put a face with the DJ Webstar
thank you.
now. Like now, when I'll have a whole different energy now when I
Yo,
hear
I'm
that.
gonna
come
use
on.
y'all for a video, man. I really
Hey,
want to
Rod,
set
we in
something
on this
when we get
video.
the
You hear him,
girls.
right? Everybody, you hear what he
serious.
said?
Look, we're gonna hold you to that too.
I'm dead
We're gonna hold you
serious.
to
Y'all think
that.
I'm playing? I ain't playing.
See, Rod, don't worry. We're just going to show up. We're going to show up because, trust me, I follow him. I know exactly where
Nah,
he
y'all
is
gonna help
and
me
what
put it
he's
together.
doing.
That's what we gonna
That's
do.
what I'm going to do. But you can follow me at teaspoon_11. You'll find me on Facebook as my name, Teresa Weatherspoon. Teresa without an H. Weather, the way it sounds. Weatherspoon. Don't put an I in there.
That's right.
And like C-Rob said, follow the Fourth Quarter. DJ Webstar, we appreciate you being in the building
This
today.
is a fancy podcast. Y'all got a satellite beam in. This is beautiful.
Hey, well, you make sure to let them all know.
Oh, this is
Let them
nice.
all know. We need you to put it out there
This is
for
the
us,
nicest
too.
podcast I ever been to.
That's my guy. You heard that? It's the Fourth Quarter. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We love you. Appreciate you. We'll be back. Fourth Quarter.